yours truly.
What I'm doing here is digging through some rivets. I've seen the rings removed from the Filofax in many videos on the YouTubes, so I didn't think that I needed to show that part. Besides, I didn't have a working camera when I took the rings out. Just got my camera up and running, so now I can record the rest of this setup. So you know how whenever you take the rings out of a Filofax, it leaves the holes where the rivets were that held the rings in. So I thought I would go find rivets, see if I could figure out how to put those rivets back in and cover those holes up. I've never done this before. I'm recording it as I'm learning. And the kit that I ordered from Amazon did not come with any instructions. So this is all a big guess. You may wonder why I had the MTV logo at the beginning of the video. But that's the theme of this planner. Not MTV, of course, but basically the birth of MTV, which happened when I was in middle school, I think. I got to see the birth of MTV, the birth of rap, the birth of goth, but we didn't call it goth then. We didn't have a name for it. It was just the people that listened to the darker music, the stuff coming off the punk. And the reason that is the Union Jack is because those early 80s were considered the second British invasion when it comes to the music scene. The first British invasion, of course, was in the 60s with the Beatles. The second British invasion brought bands from the UK and all over Europe to the ears of American kids via MTV. And we liked it. So this is going to be set up as my fitness tracker. And since I would love to have the body that I had back in high school, it's basically a high school theme. As you can see, the rivets went in very nicely. And on the first try, I impressed myself very much. Yay me. Now this second rivet was really interesting because I'm almost blind in my left eye due to ocular melanoma, so I don't have much depth perception, and I cannot believe that I put it right on the rivet the first try. I quite impressed myself. I'm my own seeing eye dog. Second one did not go in as easily, and I think it's because I didn't have the little anvil thing, not the anvil, but the piece of equipment I'm banging with the rusty hammer. I think it was a little tilted, so it made it go on crooked at first, and I had to bang it a couple more times to make it go straight. By the way, a rusty hammer is required for this operation. Look at that. Absolute perfection. Ooh. Ah. I also had to invent a pin loop because the pin loop that came on the Filofax had the pen inside, and it just made it all lumpy when you would put a pen in it. So I created this pen loop, and right now I'm taking out the Frankenstein stitches that I had put in. It's hot glued anyway. So I'm just going to go ahead and take these out because they look like crap. Please hand me the biggest scissors you can find. Thank you. So, what's the difference between a nun and a nurse? A nun only serves one God. Okay, well, I didn't hear you laugh, so I guess it wasn't that funny. Fine. I just won't talk to you anymore. No more jokes for you. If you're going to be that way about it. Well, this is really entertaining. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Because the shadow's softly creeping. Okay, sorry. I apologize. That was terrible. Watch me pick the stitches out. Gather round, folks. The most entertaining thing you're gonna see today. There is other stuff in this video coming up. Of course, I don't know who I'm talking to. I doubt anybody is still here. Hello? Is anyone there? Oh, the last string's coming out. So satisfying. Yes! Now let's just snip-a-doo that extra elastic off of there so it'll lay flat. Oh yeah, that looks so much better. The stickers I chose for the cover are quite creepy, but so was the Cure and Bauhaus back in the day. The one I chose for the center has everything to do with eye cancer. Oh yeah, I want to show you the back here where I did surgery on it so it would fit into the Filofax original size. There's going to be some snapshots coming up of all of the surgery that I did on the Filofax. I did this on July 4th, and then all of the motion in the video, all the video portion that is, was done today. It's 3 o'clock in the morning and I have no idea what I'm doing with this rubber band here. I'm going to keep it with the Stalogy because it might get fat, and if it gets fat it might not snap, and if it don't snap I'll need elastic, and obviously it has to go long ways on a or B6 size, but for some reason I do this. What the hell am I doing? It's not going to work. And what's worse, I do it again. Put it on the way you would use it. What is the matter with you, you daft? There you go. So anyway, that's the outer cover complete. Now for the snapshots of what I did to this Filofax. Remove the rings with a screwdriver and a hammer and a lot of banging and pulling and tugging. Here's some tools I used. That's me measuring and marking to cut the back so that it would fit in. That's me using my paper trimmer to cut off, about that much. That's nice how that fits right in there now. Look at that. Fits in there nice. This planner has been sitting on my shelf for years. And I have other ring binders and I just never used it. And I just adore it. That's the pin loop I was talking about. You can't close the binder with it in there. It's just silly. So I was trying to come up with ways to add a pin loop without, taping it to paper or something like that. And they have this memo pad holder in the back that is actually open all the way through so that I could run this elastic through. And just kind of create my own pin loop. That's some fat elastic. Found it in my sewing kit when I went to get the pins. Now, you're going to start noticing band-aids appearing on my fingers about now in the imagery. All I have to say about that is that knives are sharp. I bled a lot. A lot. Oh, look at that couture stitching. Oh, Chanel. Call me up, Chanel.